Okay, after the fuel injection is in, we're going to do the timing belt, okay? So I went ahead of you, but it's pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy to remember. Go ahead and put this back timing belt cover on, get it into place, make sure your intermediate shaft, your timing distributor is lined up. Okay, so you're going to want to put your camshaft sprocket on. Alright, so you're going to line the marks again. Okay, there's your timing mark, and remember this is on a key. Okay, so you're going to put that on. There's only one position go on. It's going to line up with this. And you tighten this down to 37 pounds. You can either use the vice grips on this, or you can use this tool to hold the sprocket, because you're not going to want this to move. Tighten that down to 37 pounds. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to put your belt tensioner in. Okay, this is the new belt tensioner pulley, and it's real simple. You know, we did this to hold it, pull it out, and there's three parts. This is arm, the spring, and the pulley. You put the new pulley in place, compress this, and put your pin back. Okay. Now you want to put the timing belt on. Once you put the belt tensioner in, it's easiest to kind of work down here. But if you notice, the belt's got three marks. There's two single marks, and then there's a double mark. The first double mark goes on the cam. The first single mark, the top single mark goes on the cam at the lining. The second single mark goes on the intermediate pulley mark, and the double mark goes down on the crank. So go ahead and you put that timing belt on, and just be gentle, work it slowly. You know, it'll go. Once it's in, feel free to release the pressure on the pulley. Okay, now you got some pressure on that belt, and the next step is you're going to want to install the lower pulley cover. Okay, we're gonna start closing this in. There you go. And before we do that, put this in. I had it. The tapered end goes towards the belt. Okay, and it's on a key, so it locks in. And then put your cover on. I had it right in my hand. Alright. There's your pulley cover. And the next step is going to be, here's that groove. Okay, this is the crank pulley. Go ahead and find that key. It should be right at 0. Yep. Oh, a bit. That's the 0 mark. Make sure that this is nice and flush. Okay, you know you're in the key. It's nice and flush. Okay, this is going to be spinning with the crank, so you want to make sure that that's seated properly. Then you're going to put your center mounting bolt in on that crankshaft pulley. Okay, and this gets tightened down at 44 pounds. And the reason why we didn't do the center lock on the belt tensioner pulley is because we're going to go ahead and clamp this down again like we did before. We're going to put the bolt on the belt tensioner to hold it. Okay, and once this is locked in so that it doesn't move, fasten this down to hold it. Go ahead and crank that down, 44. Once that's at 44, I think there's two stages. You crank it first at 44 pounds like we discussed, and then you want to take like a breaker bar, and you want to do a 1/6 of a turn, or 90 degrees. So 44 pounds and then an additional 90 degrees, just like on the cylinder head we did an additional quarter turn. So once that is secured, you're going to take this back off. Okay, now you're going to put the washer, the nut on, and this gets 37 pounds.